I'm sure friendships can get rekindled very easily, but right now Enzo is not a big fan of Big Cass. Justin, your thoughts of Big Cass being released after probably his arguably his best match of his career since he's become a singles wrestler.
There was also, I read earlier, some kind of
What's up,
incident on an
Brandon Raptor?
airplane, which I never heard about that one, so I don't know how
Yeah, I
true that
saw
is
an
or not.
airplane incident, but I'm not really. I haven't read anything else about
Yeah,
what
so
exactly
I've never
happened.
heard anything about that. And as far as him being released, yeah, the first time I saw it is when Dave told us all about it in that chat that we were on earlier. I was pretty shocked myself. And honestly, as far as Big Cass goes, yeah, he wasn't the best talker, he wasn't the best wrestler, but I think it was the cool thing to do to hate him as a wrestler. That's just the cool thing to do to boo Reigns when he's out there. So I mean, as far as that goes, it sucks he lost his job, but I mean, he can only blame himself for it, and it sucks for him. But he'll find somewhere else to go.
I
Oh,
was just
definitely
shocked
with
with that
that.
release. Yeah, I could
Yeah,
definitely see
definitely.
Cass in
Yeah.
Impact Wrestling.
Or anywhere, because with that
Yes,
WE name attached to him, ex-WE superstar, he's going to get booked like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely for sure. And I just say, to me, Big Cass has Impact Wrestling written all over him, and I think he'd fit excellent in Impact Wrestling and probably in a better character as well, probably better placed as well. What about you, Alex? I know you were big and fond of Big Cass. Oh wow, thank you, Dave, for the super. I appreciate that, bro. Um, but Big Cass is not dating anybody that I know of, and Carmelo and him are separated. Um, what do you think of Big Cass? What's next, and your thoughts of him being released?
Yeah, I mean, all we really know that's confirmed is that Vince, during the tapings today, just called a private meeting and then just fired him. And if you notice in the WWE article, it says they didn't do the whole "we wish him the best in his future endeavors" like they usually do. So it kind of adds fire, like adds to the fire that something, Big Cass was a lot like leaving. So, I mean, yeah, I wasn't high on Big Cass, but then again, he's only back for like 2 months since returning from an injury, so I kind of want to see more of what he could have brought. Because I did like his match for Money in the Bank. I thought that was his best showing. So yeah, I mean, it sucks. I wouldn't be surprised if him and Enzo get on the indie scene and have a lot to say about the WWE. I think they could bring some real heat if you want to.
Yeah, imagine if one day you just see them, Enzo and Cash, show up at ROH.
And shit talk WWE. That's it.
Yeah.
That's definitely a possibility. That's for sure.
Show up at Impact, or show up at. I mean, this is probably a long shot. New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know.
Or we get an Enzo and Cass podcast. Why not? There's not enough
like as Impact
What's
fans,
up, Chris?
As Impact fans, would you guys want to see Big Cass and Enzo in Impact?
Yes.
I think so.
Big Cass more than Enzo, but yeah, I think that'd work.
I think
both of them would definitely help that tag division out.
I think the pairing would just kill it. I think you could build Big Cass there if you want. But I think they could be something good in the future.
Well, if this was the old guard, Alex, me and Tony we'd all be like, you know what? Oh, Enzo and Cass about to sign to TNA because that's all the old. I know it's Impact, not what I'm saying. The TNA guard with Dixie Carter would sign any XW star; they'd be there in a heartbeat.
Oh,
hey, what's up, Dr. Huge? How you doing tonight, man? TNA is for actually sending an alert. Yeah, they got it. You got an alert this time, Architect. Good. Cass can't go nowhere till September. Yeah, and
he's got plenty of money. He's not worried about it.
Yeah, I'm sure he's.
Keep him away for a while, and then have him show up during the fall. That'd be like a big slammer.
Yeah, him on Impact Wrestling makes sense. Even him and Enzo, if Impact wanted to go that route and have them as a tag team, show up at like Bound for Glory. Or
yeah, that was in November last year. Yeah, last year was November, so yeah, they could easily work.
Yeah, Carmelo must be happy. I'm sure she has mixed emotions, but yeah, I'm sure she's relieved he's gone from the backstage area.
And he's a tall ass dude, and he's not bad on the mic. He's just been given shitty writing, so I wouldn't mind seeing on Impact.
Yeah.
No
hey,
idea how much he has made.
Though. Enzo with an open mic and not being scripted to talk, say Impact Wrestling, that'd be crazy. That'd be must see TV right there.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right, so let's run through Raw real quick and get to SmackDown Live. Yes, also in the title, it says Ronda Rousey has been suspended. Everybody, don't freak out. It's kayfabe. It's a way to keep her off of your television screen until probably SummerSlam. All right, let's run through the opening segment of Raw. I know I was going to do the whole three things, but I mean, this opening segment of Raw was just too good for us not to touch on.
It's a good Raw. It was an overall good Raw. We could talk about it.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so the opening of Raw had Kurt Angle in the ring introducing the new Money in the Bank winner and new Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss. Let's see. Bliss comes out and takes the championship. Angle says Nia invokes her rematch clause at Extreme Rules. So everybody at Extreme Rules, we will see Nia Jax get her rematch against Alexa Bliss. Yippee, hooray. I know everybody's excited to see that. Bliss says thanks for the fans for the opportunity to rub it all into their faces. Bliss says she shocked the entire world last night by cashing in. She said there will be no more talk of Ronda and Nia, and it will be all about her, which then led to Ronda Rousey coming down the ring. And this lady here went fucking insane. Took out Alexa, started beating the shit out of her. Kurt Angle ends up trying to grab her off of her. She ends up doing what's that called? That move called
Judo throw.
Judo throw.
the little whole judo throw. She grabs the briefcase, starts hitting Alexa with it, then starts hitting Kurt with it, and then eventually grabs Alexa Bliss.
Then she beat the shit out of the referees first.
The referees as well, that too, and grabs Alexa Bliss and toss her into the table. Oh, Brandon After said Mr. Bill After said that that segment reminded him of the Attitude Era. Yeah, it had some Attitude Era-esque to it.
You know what the segment exactly was?
I'm sorry?
You know what this segment exactly was, pretty much? You remember Brock Lesnar after Seth Rollins cashed in, he destroyed commentary, he beat the cameraman up, and he got suspended as a result?
Yeah.
That's pretty much like this. That's what
Yeah, basically so. So she gets finally restrained. She goes back to the locker room. She meets up with Kurt Angle. You know, Kurt Angle's not very happy with her. Kurt tells her that she is suspended, and she is suspended for 30 days. So there you go, everybody. Ronda Rousey will not be featured on Raw anytime soon, at least not this month, and probably the half of next month as well. So I thought the opening segment was very good. I thought that was probably the best opening segment we've had in the last couple of weeks. Looked like Ronda definitely belongs where she is in the WWE. I don't know what else. Oh, thank you, Dr. Hughes, for the super hard, man. Appreciate that. We'll go with you first, Justin, since it's your first night back. What did you think of the opening segment of Raw last night of Ronda Rousey going absolutely nuts and destroying everybody?
I know you just said this was the best opening the past few weeks, but honestly, to me, this is probably the best opening probably the past year. Now, obviously, I can't remember that far back on how good the openings were, but to me, just seeing that yesterday, that was the best opening, at least the past year of Raw that they've had. And Ronda Rousey, she went insane. When she hit Alexa with that gut punch, I was like, holy crap, she connected up with all of that. I mean, she didn't hold anything back on that punch. And then
she looked very strong last night. Got to be very impressed with her since, you know, I know she's been training with the WWE for quite some time, but the way she's been doing so far, she's been very impressive. Dave, what you think? I know you've been hard on Ronda and recently became a fan of Ronda Rousey. Your thoughts of the opening segment?
Man, I didn't think I could become more of a fan than I was after Sunday, but man, this was awesome how they did this. I mean, her just snapping and destroying everybody. I mean, this has the shades of like a Stone Cold, I know it's very high praise, but Stone Cold Steve Austin kind of versus the Authority type McMahon situation.
I was just going to say that too.
Yeah, it reminds you of that. That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, this could, if she ignored the suspension and just showed up anyway, and just to beat the crap out of people and get arrested and thrown out like Austin. I mean, this has the potential to have that kind of effect that Austin did when he would just show up and beat the crap out of people when he had his supposed broken neck. Well, it was not supposed, but it was broken. But still, I mean, you know, but yeah, but. Yeah, I know. I didn't even say supposed, but when he has his broken leg, come out there and just beating the crap out of everyone.
Yep.
I mean, Ronda, if she just showed up like that, and they could, man, this could blow up, make wrestling a boom. I mean, it's kind of booming now, but kind of like it was back then. I'm not saying it could, but man, it's very possible that you could have some effect like that. But this whole opening segment was freaking awesome. I loved it. I mean, her just judo throwing Kurt, and that, I mean, that looked way better than the Nia Jax one. Looked really bad, but this one looked awesome. And then, man, the way she carried Alexa on her shoulders like that, I didn't know what she was doing with her. She's walking around, like, what is she gonna do? And then finally, she puts her to that table, and it's like, and of course, we figured she wasn't gonna be at Extreme Rules anyway, so. I don't know. I hope they make her show up anyway, because this was freaking awesome segment. This is the type of Ronda I think all of us have been waiting for, at least I have, for, like, to see this fire and this, like, just her snappy on everyone, just destroying everybody. So I loved it.
It's good that she's not smiling now. She's, like, in a pissed-off mood. Yeah. That's what she needs to be.
Yeah, she's more aggressive, more intense. That's the Ronda that, yeah, like you said, that's the Ronda that we need to see on Raw. Alex, your thoughts? The opening segment of Raw, because after that, I'm sure it was heartbreak after that.
Well, you know, we're all going to be praising Ronda Rousey, but I'm going to take this moment to praise Alexa Bliss, because I'm going to make a point I made last night. 2 weeks of Alexa Bliss as champion draws more heat than Carmella has in 2 months. So just think about that, Carmella fans. And yeah, I thought she was great here. I thought she really got the crowd. It really blew her. So when Rousey came out, like the crowd was going crazy, and obviously the rest was, like you guys said, it was fun. Rousey just beating the shit out of everyone just to get her hands on Alexa Bliss was an awesome moment to see. It was a great opener, and yeah, I agree with Justin. I think it was probably my favorite opener in a long ass time. So yeah, it'll be fun. I guess we'll still keep her off till SummerSlam, but yeah, great shit.
So it's going to be Nia versus Alexa at Extreme Rules. Is Nia a face again? Apparently, yeah, she's now a face again. Apparently. Ronda had the female Terminator gimmick walk to the ring. Yeah. She did. I mean, if I saw her coming at me like that, I don't know what I would do. Jeez.
You know what's funny? You know what's crazy, though? Every time we see a Rousey match, we see it in, like, 2-month intervals. So if we like realize how much she's improved since just
right.
If she comes at SummerSlam, it's going to be even more crazy, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And what's really funny is
when she finally shows up. Yeah. Sorry, Dave.
I was just saying really quick is that how you guys talked about Nia being a face again, and she put out that tweet, oh, me and Ronda had a classic match. We're doing so – it's like, what the fuck is going on? You were just a heel a week ago.
Yeah, she was hitting on her a couple days ago.
And now she's all like, oh, we had a classic.
Yeah, exactly. She's been in the company for how long, and look how good she is already. Yeah.
And my last point to make about this, Brock Lesnar, this is how a spectacle, quote, draw is booked.
Ronda's powerbomb was impressive. Yeah. I mean, I remember when we first announced that she was going to be on WWE and the kind of the criticism that she got, and oh, she's going to win the title right away and this and that and all this crap that she was getting. And I think she's proven all the haters wrong. And
yeah, especially me. I mean, I want her to be champion now. I think she's going to be great for the title. I mean, she's going to be a huge star for this title. I mean, and obviously by next year she's probably on SmackDown, but that's another story.
Oh, yeah, possibly. That is a possibility. All right, so after that, we got probably the shock of the night, shock of the year, I guess you can say so far, if you want to say. We had Seth Rollins have another open challenge, and whoever's writing for Ronda, keep writing. Absolutely, Barbarouski. I don't know.
Brian Gordon.
We get Drew McIntyre coming out first, and I'm like, oh my goodness, we're about to get Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
Oh my
I thought
goodness!
Ziggler came out first.
Can only imagine how Justin and Alex are right now.
Yeah.
How they're feeling right now. But then it ended up being Dolph Ziggler, and I'm like, okay. You knew he was gonna lose. I'm surprised you said that because I'm like, all right, this is just an easy. This is a good. It's gonna be a good match, which ends up with Rollins obviously winning. But no, Dolph Ziggler picks up the win and is now your new Intercontinental Champion. I was in utter shock. I actually kind of shocked at some of the comments when he won, that some people were actually happy to see that Seth Rollins dropped the title for one specific reason, and that is that he's being moved up to the main event scene, which is the possibility. So we'll go with you first, Alex. I know you are very high on Seth Rollins, the IC champion, very high on his performance lately, and then he loses it last night. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
Follow Bob Ruski.
first of all, I was like, excited when he said like we're doing an open challenge that hasn't been pre-announced in a while, so it's fun. And yeah, I mean, I got excited when I thought for a second, oh shit, are they gonna give this Drew versus Seth like right now? And then Ziggler came in, and I thought exactly what you thought. Oh, it's gonna be a good match, and Rollins is gonna retain. And yeah, it was a good match, and Ziggler is back in that once a year Intercontinental Champion role. So it was definitely a big shock. So kudos to that. And yeah, I do think Rollins is. I do see why people are happy that Rollins is going to go into if it means he can go into the main event. So I'm all for that. I mean, I don't really know how much that means if Roman Reigns is beating Brock at SummerSlam, and then Braun is supposedly catching in on him. So we'll see.
Someone put in the chat that we actually mentioned before we came on the show tonight. Ambrose might return to a system against Drew and Dolph. That's a possibility as well.
Still 3 months out.
What about you, Justin? Your thoughts? Seth Rollins losing the IC champion and Dolph Ziggler is your new champ.
Well, I mean, it was a very good match, even though I can't stand Dolph Ziggler. It was a good match. I wanted to, of course, be Drew McIntyre. But the only good thing about Ziggler winning is sooner or later, McIntyre's going to take that belt from him. So that's the only good thing that I think that's coming out of this, other than it being a good match. And now, hopefully, this puts Rollins in the title picture. I mean, that's pretty much it for it, but it sucks that Rollins lost.
Yeah, you would have to imagine this puts him into the title picture. We'll go when we're gonna run through a little bit later on what happened on Raw, where Kurt Angle makes a special announcement to make you think that Rollins is going to definitely be back in the title picture. Dave, your thoughts?
I was definitely surprised, like everyone else was. I mean, like that Ziggler won. I mean, it was surprising. And I thought it was a good match. It wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. You know, it wasn't as good as I thought it could be. I've seen these guys have before, but it was still an interesting finish. How Dolph beats him with the hook in the tights roll up, just like Rollins won at Money in the Bank against Elias. So yeah, I mean that was really interesting, I thought. And then. Yeah, I was just shocked because Rollins was looking right at Drew, and he was just like, boom, making sure he didn't come in. And I hate how they had to try to play it off like, ooh, Drew got involved. Drew got involved in that. Drew didn't. He maybe got on the apron once. I mean, if that. I mean, they act like he got involved and did something to Rollins. He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, so Dolph Ziggler is your new champ, and the rematch for the IC championship will be next week on Raw. So yeah, I think that was a shocker. I mean, if you thought Rollins was going to lose, props to you, but definitely did not think
what my problem is though?
Ziggler was going to win.
My only problem is if this was the result, why didn't you just let Elias win last night?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people in the chat room are saying as well. Bye, Chris. Thank you for joining us, my friend. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I guess maybe they're not really that high on Elias as they thought. I mean, maybe. I mean, maybe they have more faith in Ziggler right now.
Maybe he's going to be in the title picture as well.
They gave Elias a whole.
Cody Mania.
They gave
That was
him a strong second last night. I think they're still high in him.
I mean, I'm sure they are, but maybe they wanted to go with having like with this stuff with Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. They wanted to do something big with it, and they just felt this would be bigger, have it happen on Raw. More people are watching. I mean, as I get it in the network, but more people are watching Raw than they are watching the network each week. So you get more people seeing it, and you're also getting it's a shock factor. No one thought the IC title would change hands on Raw. I mean, you really don't. I mean, I know it's stupid. We used to say the same thing about all pay-per-views. Why would you not change the title of a pay-per-view, but you do it on a TV show on TV? But it's different now because more people are watching Raw than they are the pay-per-view.
Oh, welcome to the show. Are you Roman Reigns fan? I'm assuming. Yeah, definitely the shock factor, like you said, Dave. Definitely something new that we haven't seen on Raw because usually it's just the same old, repeat and rinse on Raw. All right, so we talked about the two pretty big, huge things on Raw from last night, other than maybe the announcement that Kurt Angle made. So I'm going to go through what you guys talked about last night, what I talked about before the show started. We're going to name the top 3 things we liked about Raw and the top 3 things that we did not like about Raw last night. Obviously, we will not talk about the first 2 segments of Raw because we've already talked about it. So whatever else you liked on the show, let me know. So we'll go with you first, Alex. The 3 things you liked about Raw last night, other than the first 2 segments, was?
I guess I'll give the main event. I thought Kevin Owens was very entertaining, selling his injuries. Corbin, he looked good tonight. I mean, last night. I didn't mind it. I like that he kept his shirt on to hide his skinny fat body. So. Yeah, there was that. What else?
Okay.
Oh, and of course, given what's happened over all of Raw, I have to give the B team their praise for that hilarious ass segment and the. Oh yeah, we're not mentioning that. Honestly, there wasn't really anything else good. To tell you the truth. Yeah, I can only give you those 2 because we already talked about the first 2.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Justin, you next.
Yeah, well, before we started talking about the first part of Raw, that was one of my good things about Raw. So that's on that one. And like Alex just said, Kevin Owens did it for me as well last night. I mean, him trying to be Braun's friend, wanting to shake his hand, and him apologizing for everything, and he just wanted to be Braun's friend, and Braun, of course, beat the crap out of him, so that didn't happen. And also Baron Corbin, it seems like ever since he cut his hair, that's a breath of fresh air for him. So I think it's just going to take him in a better direction. And he actually looked like Alex said, he looked good last night. So that's basically the 3 good things for Raw for me.
Okay, Dave.
Yeah, like Tony's kind of putting us behind the 8 ball a little bit, where he takes away the first 2 things we've all liked. So thank you. But I'll throw in there. I mean, I kind of, other than his promo was a little off a little bit, but wouldn't mind seeing Lashley and Reigns. I thought that was really interesting just to see those 2. And one thing, I guess I'll get into one thing I hated too really quick. There's really a lot to like about Raw. It was a good show, don't get me wrong, but that's not I really liked. But I mean, the B team stuff was funny. And I just hate the fact that they're trying to say Bobby Lashley is ripping off Roman Reigns, taking his spear. He stole his spear. That's Reigns' finisher. Like, shut up.
Well, yeah, but like, didn't you say and mention too as well that Bobby Lashley hasn't used the spear since joining the main roster? So maybe that's why they said that, since he did the spear in a Roman Reigns match.
I know, but I talked about this. It was like messed up. Oh, Lashley's not allowed to use a spear because it's Reigns' spear, even though he used it with his first run in WWE. He used it like crazy in Impact, and now they're like, oh, he does the spear better than Reigns anyway.
But I see what you mean by it. I see what you mean. Anything else? Because we can go to what we disliked.
Crap. I mean, yeah, there wasn't really. I mean, I thought Raw was good. I didn't really like a lot. I didn't really care for the Corbin crap either.
Oh, yeah, we talked about Cass already. Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, Alex, the 3 things you did not like about Raw last night.
All right. Number 3 would probably have to be Bobby Lashley or Reigns versus the Revival, because it's just a reminder that the Revival either needs to go back to NXT or get released. Number 2, what else? Oh, Bobby Roode versus Kurt Hawkins. It's another. Again, this is just like long-term shit shows. Like Bobby Roode continuously he just goes, he pins Kurt Hawkins, and he smiles. That's it. And number 1 definitely is Sasha and Bayley round 37.
Oh man, how about that throw by Bayley hitting the car with the water bottle?
The water bottle, that was nice.
So it felt like all right. Every week we have to tell ourselves, all right, this is going to be the night. One of them is going to snap. Someone snap, please, anyone, something. And you had to push, and then they got into the brawl, and I got excited. But then I realized it was just like that brawl they had like 2 months ago
in the locker room. Yeah.
And Sasha throws Dixie cups all over Bayley. So Bayley later in the night finds her, and she's like, "I'm not done with you." I'm like, "She just threw Dixie cups on you, bitch, Decker!" Like, damn. Like, oh my god. And so she just drives off with the car, and Bayley throws a water ball. You know what I want? You know what would make this fucking feud actually build heat? Is Sasha and Bayley with the car.
Yes, I was about to say that. It would have been awesome if she threw the water bottle. Sasha hit that shit in reverse and ran her ass over.
That's what I was expecting.
That would have been fucking fantastic.
And the thing is, it's such a cold feud that would instantly just...
Imagine if they did that. I mean, that would have been pretty insane. Something that you definitely wouldn't have expected.
It would have been Rikishi and Stone Cold all over again.
It was a Rikishi Friday.
Michael Berry, we're not mentioning that man's name in this chat room right at this moment. Excuse me. Anything else?
That's about it. Oh, and Mojo Rawley, Noe Jose.
It's all good, my friend. That's about it. All right, Justin. Bad things you thought about Raw last night.
Well, we're all in agreement today. Those are exactly my three things I hated about Raw as well.
What are they even feuding about again? Says Bliss. I'm not sure what are they actually feuding about? Exactly,
Who knows?
I agree about Michael Berry. What is the feud exactly about between Sasha and Bayley?
I think Bayley screwed her over in a championship match one time or so. I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, Sasha started that.
They've been feuding for so long, we don't know what they're feuding about.
And no one cares anymore.
It's like, they just need to have Sasha kill Bayley or have her, like, almost kill her, and then we'll get into this. Like,
guys, come on.
Even happen.
It's happening at SummerSlam, and we all know Bayley's going to beat her again.
We need to have Bayley and Sasha Banks in a Woods match. I think that'll work. That'll get some heads and eyes tuning into Raw.
Sasha's going to beat the crap out of Izzy.
Tony, you're fine.
Yeah, Sasha should punch Izzy.
Yep.
They are fighting over who is better. Okay, yeah, I guess so. And the one thing we did not really mention is, before I get to Dave's dislikes, Reigns and Bobby Lashley, as much as we dislike Bobby Lashley's character at the moment, and everybody has their opinions on Roman Reigns, I would love to see them go one-on-one. That's a match that I would like to see.
Me too.
Go ahead, Dave. Your dislikes.
Yeah, I agree with that part too, Tony. I didn't really care for the Bayley Sasha tag match because you knew what was going to happen. They're going to start fighting again. You just knew. And Bayley didn't really do nothing wrong in the match. She tried to help her. She just kept knocking the other girl off. So it's like, whatever. She tried to help you. Quit bitching, Sasha. Jeez. But yeah, I didn't really care for that. I didn't really care too much for the match of the tag match between Lashley and Reigns. Trying to one-up each other, even though Lashley does do a better sphere. I hate the fact that, about that match, is that they basically brought the Revival out just to bury him to the two top guys. And the Revival is just like, man, what's happening to these guys? I mean, they get used on Raw in a decent spot just to make Reigns and Lashley look good. I mean, it's just, yeah, And my third dislike is probably going to be I just did not care for the tag match main event. I know everyone else loved it, but anything with Baron Corbin does not interest me. He's wrestling in pants and a shirt. I mean, like, what the hell? What are you doing? And of course, Finn Balor gets screwed again. He has to. I'm right. Finn Balor did take the loss, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what the hell? Finn Balor can't do anything. It's like and Monster. I'm here.
Get it right, Dave. Get it right. Get it right.
What?
It's Constable Corbin.
I don't care what his name is. It's so stupid. I mean, I should call him Roman Strowman. It's the Roman Strowman now. I'm here to protect my buddy Finn. I'm here to help my buddy Finn out.
I find it funny how they're best friends, not best friends, but they're real good friends now, and they just killed each other the night before.
Yeah, that part was like, all right.
I'm sorry, but I just don't like how
Strowman messing with my buddy Finn.
I just don't like Strowman and how he's being booked now, just like Roman Reigns. It's like, jeez, is that going to be WrestleMania? Strowman versus Roman Reigns?
No, I don't know, but
With Nicholas as a special
I think a lot of people were giving Baron Corbin high praise last night.
These people are high then.
They were saying that he did pretty good last night in the main event. I thought he did all right for himself. I mean, I don't know about him wearing those type of clothes in matches, but I mean, I thought he did pretty well for himself. All right, so all in all, it looks like we all thought Raw was a solid show.
Really quick, I will say this: the wrong guy got released today. That's what I'll say.
The wrong guy got released, and who's the guy that should have been released?
Constable Corbin. What the hell?
God damn!
Wow.
Jeez. All right. Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So we all thought Raw was pretty solid for the most part. So I think this will probably be the highest ratings Raw has gotten in the last month on this show. So Alex, your rating for Raw last night?
3. It is my rating.
Wow, a 3. Holy shit. Justin.
I'm going to give it a 4. I thought it was pretty good.
Ooh, 4. Damn. Hey.
I'll give it a 3 because Corbin's in your freaking main event of Raw. I mean, come on. How can they get any higher than a 3 if you have Corbin in the main event?
20.
Yeah.
I did find it funny how Rude had to fight Hawkins just to get a win.
That was just really dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know. Dave, Miz, Velveteen Dream, and soon you'll be praising Baron Corbin.
I give it a 3.
Oh, Velveteen Dream. No, wait a minute. Velveteen Dream is way better than Baron Corbin.
Whoa, give it a 2. 4 penicillin shots. 4. And Mojo is now not hype. He's focused. That is true. He is no longer hyped. He's focused.
He's better than Corbin, too.
So, yeah, that's probably the highest we've ever given Raw the last month, maybe longer than that. So, solid Raw last night. Props to them. And next week on Raw, we get Dolph Ziggler versus Rollins in a rematch for the IC Championship. So thank you, everybody, for joining us again. We are Get the Tables podcast. I just want to remind you, everybody, that there will not most likely be a Thursday night show this week. Just keep an eye on our Twitter, and we will let you know for sure. But more than likely, there will not be a show this Thursday night. We'll just touch on Impact and on NXT on Saturday. Yeah, so let's move on to SmackDown. Not due to the draft. No. I'm going to see Jurassic World, and I don't know what time I'm going to be back. I don't want to rush home and, all this bullshit and be rushed and not be prepared. And I always want to be prepared and have good shows. So, yeah. We'll be back on the usual Saturday night, and we'll go from there, touching on NXT, Impact, and whatever else goes down between now and then. So let's move on to SmackDown Live. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention on Raw. They announced that they will have a 6-pack challenge.
Oh, did they?
Is it a 6-pack challenge at Extreme Rules, or is it a
They said multi-personal match, persons match.
Yeah, it's a multi-person match. And
It's a multi-persons match to go on to face Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So we'll get more details on it soon, but it looks like that Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. I'm sorry, Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley will both be in the match.
Let me ask you guys this really quick. Didn't we do this last year? Extreme Rules?
Yes.
So why are they going to do it again?
Yep, Adam also just said this too, which is kind of annoying since that's what they did last year at Extreme Rules. Yep. And I think Seth Rollins losing the title was the reason why he's going to be in it.
Yep.
But why not do what SmackDown did tonight? Have it a gauntlet match.
They just had one a couple months ago or a month ago.
Because that's WWE for you, man. Because they're lazy. Exactly. Don't matter who fights Lesnar because Strowman will cash in. You think so? You think cash in's at SummerSlam? Same old shit, which also was a chant in Chicago during Roman match. Oh, yeah. We heard all the chants on during that match. All right. So we got SmackDown Live. We had a gauntlet match, which was the main event of SmackDown Live to go on to face AJ Styles at Extreme Rules. We saw a tag title rematch from Sunday night's pay-per-view. We also saw the debut of Sanity, and we also had a singles match between Billie Kay and Becky Lynch. So we'll go with Dave first. Your first three things that you liked about SmackDown Live tonight. And we'll go a little bit further detail in the gauntlet match.
This is a little easier because I did like the gauntlet match, yes. That was probably my number one. That was a great match. I love Sanity showing up. And I did like the fact that we got to see the Good Brothers, even though they lost, on SmackDown in the tag title shot because no one probably watched it on the pre-show. So they had a good match on SmackDown. So there you go.
Okay, all right. We'll touch more onto the gauntlet match because I know everybody loved the gauntlet match.
Okay, then I thought.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll just say then I won't say that yet. Then I'll throw in Becky Lynch actually getting a win, looking pretty good out there. A little downside is Billie. Yeah, Billie Kay's selling is just terrible. I mean, when she's getting slammed down the apron.
No reaction tonight for the Iconic.
Oh, speaking of no reaction, we'll save that one, but yeah. Billie Kay getting her face slammed on the mat. She's like overselling, her arms flying everywhere. It's like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, well, now you know why they're in the position that they are. So we'll go with you next, Alex. Your three things that you actually like about SmackDown Live tonight. Hey, what's up, Brandon Catuno?
We're not counting the gauntlet match, right?
No, because we'll touch on that.
Yeah, okay. I'll have to say Sanity's debut just because, hey, they're finally here. I thought, I didn't like that they were pre-announced. I kind of always expected Sanity to be a run-in and beat the shit out of everyone, but, they beat down the Usos, which is good, and I would love to see these two go at it at Extreme Rules, kind of build up to them to take it from the Bludgeon Brothers later on. I'd love to see them go at it with Usos, New Day. Take the title. So that'll be good. Apart from that, Becky Lynch getting a win, I guess. That's really it. And nothing really else.
What happened to the bar? They haven't been on TV for weeks now. I'm not sure. Maybe injuries, nagging injuries, or maybe what WWE does.
They have nothing to do.
When they have nothing for them to do, they just leave them off the TV. And
no, let's not forget.
Red Sox fan, that's not what I'm doing.
It's a 2-hour show. It's a 2-hour show, and that main event went 45 minutes.
Andrade Almas hasn't been on for 2 weeks, so
They're watching the World Cup, drinking beer. Oh yeah, definitely. That's for sure. Justin, any things about SmackDown Live you actually enjoyed tonight?
First of all, my first one was Sanity. After they've been supposed to debut for about 2 months now, they finally come in, and I wish they would have actually had a match with the Usos. But I get why they came in and beat the crap out of them to show that they're here to beat the crap out of people, basically. So I like that about SmackDown. And like everybody else said, Becky Lynch finally got a win again. So hopefully she's going to be on a roll now because she deserves it. She's been losing for who knows how long now. So it's a good thing that she's finally on a winning streak, I guess you could say. And I don't really have a third one because, like Dave just said, the gauntlet match took up most of the second hour of Raw. So
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I like that. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little new format. I figure we can touch since the shows are so long. I want to keep our hour-and-a-half format. If we give 3 things that we enjoyed on the show and then touch on the big things that happen on the shows, I think it kind of works a little bit better that way. So if you guys have any issues with this, just let us know. We try to get everything involved. We try to talk about everything in the show. So some things that we may liked, Justin might not like, or Dave may not like, or Alex may not like. So I think we'll touch on everything pretty much on each show. So thank you guys again for joining us and sharing the followers and sharing on Periscope and Twitter. And the one thing with Sanity, no, she was not Michael Berry. I was just about to touch on that. Sanity doesn't seem Sanity without Nikki Cross.
Yep.
it's just weird, yeah.
They seem naked without Nikki Cross. They don't. It's like Alex put on Twitter that it seemed like Nikki Cross was the true leader of Sanity. It may be Eric Young, but it seems like she is a true leader. And yes, Babaruski, was I the only one who was getting kind of nauseous from all those camera angles when Sanity first came out?
A little bit, yeah.
That was insane, dude. Like, they were coming at all different angles, and it was like shaking and like my goodness gracious, dude, you're gonna make me throw up my dinner.
Like the Blair Witch
Chill out.
Project.
Yeah, I did not care for that very much. All right. We also seem to have a Shinsuke and Jeff Hardy feud on the up and coming. Jeff Hardy had a backstage interview touching on Shinsuke Nakamura. So it looks like they'll be facing each other in the future. And also Renee Young with a classic backstage interview with Nakamura. I thought this was pretty funny. She asked him pretty much why he lost on Sunday. Let me see.
The referee counted too fast.
Referee didn't count in Japanese, and then Renee asks about Jeff Hardy, comments, and Shinsuke says Jeff Hardy may have his eyes open, but if Hardy crosses him, Nakamura will close them. Ooh, mic drop. Watch out, everybody.
We all know it's coming.
No, Jeff Hardy.
Extreme Rules is coming, and Nakamura is going to be the new United States champion.
If he doesn't win that belt, something's seriously wrong because he keeps losing all these.
Nakamura has been feuding for 3 months for the title, has lost, and if he loses against Jeff, like, I don't know what to say about booking for him.
Well, I mean, it sucks that he's going to beat Jeff, and it seems like since Jeff has won that U.S. title, bad luck has just come his way. You know, he's supposedly dealing with another nagging injury. I don't know what's up, man. I don't know. I mean, it just seems like bad luck hits Jeff Hardy when everything starts going good for him. So
wait, you guys, was that Brother Nero who we saw tonight?
No, but that was more of his persona that he dressed up as in TNA.
Charismatic Enigma.
Or even old Jeff Hardy, yeah.
That was more of his. He would always paint his face like that and have the eyes covering his eyeballs. So when he came out, his eyes were closed, but you could see his eyes. That's kind of the gimmick he did in Impact. I keep wanting to say TNA, but it was TNA.
When he was high, you couldn't tell because his eyes were closed.
Was it Willow? Was it Willow?
I didn't see that.
No, Jeff had the face paint before TNA also, but the eyeballs were TNA. Yeah, the eyeball skit was the gimmick was the TNA stuff. So that should be a good feud. Let's see how Jeff Hardy and Shinsuke can do with each other and promos and stuff like that. So that should be interesting. Also, we had the Bludgeon Brothers retain the tag titles over the Good Brothers, like Dave said earlier. Not sure what's next for the Bludgeon Brothers, but during the gauntlet match tonight, we may have had some hints on what's next for them as they got involved in the match, surprisingly, and not for the New Day, but a certain Daniel Bryan. Before the match started, Daniel Bryan's walking down to the ring and kind of bumps into the Bludgeon Brothers. They have a little bit of a face-off, but nothing really happens after that. And we have our first match of the Gauntlet match, which was Daniel Bryan versus Big E. And we'll go around the round table first. Yes, foreshadowing to its fullest, best side. We'll go around it first. We all are going to praise, of course, Daniel Bryan. But let's get a little bit of comments on what you thought of Big E. We'll go with you first, Dave.
So are we going with our things we didn't like about SmackDown or no?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I wanted to touch on the Gauntlet first because this can go for a while. Because I don't think there's too much dislikes in SmackDown Live.
No, there's a couple, but yeah. Yeah, but Big E looked great. I thought he did good out there. Like people said, he's showing why he should be in main eventing and being a wavy. He looked better without not being around New Day, honestly. He did great out there, like that big dive on the outside. So, yeah, I mean, Big E proved that he can hang with one of the top guys, and that's Daniel Bryan for sure right now.
Big E wrestled weak for Bryan. You don't think he went all out against Bryan?
I don't know about that.
I didn't notice him fighting weak, especially when he did that freaking stage dive to Bryan's freaking ribs. That didn't look weak to me.
I guess you can kind of say he partly did just because he has to watch what he does with Bryan. He has to protect him. So I guess you could say he kind of did, yes, but he really did.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Joe did.
I feel,
that's for sure.
Yeah, Daniel Bryan has definitely gotten more physical since he came back and getting more in-ring reaction. All right, what about you, Justin? Your thoughts on Big E's performance tonight?
Yeah, I thought he did really good. The match was good. He held his own in there with Daniel Bryan. Only thing I didn't like was that suicide dive that he always does.
Yeah.
If someone's going to seriously get hurt, him or his opponents can get seriously hurt one day doing that. So he needs to stop.
Yeah, it's just not worth the risk, really, Big E. I mean, it's a cool spot, but
really good.
Okay. What about you, Alex? Your thoughts on Big E?
Yeah, I agree about the spear spot. I think you should just save for big pay-per-view match moments. Just don't do it every week. He has other impressive moves, and it's just more risk and benefit. But yeah, it was a good match. I've always said Big E should really just get out of his pancake throwing, gyrating gimmick and get a main title run because I think he belongs. And Bryan, out there, and it was some great back and forth. Bryan was super physical, so I loved it.
You know what's funny about this first match, though? Out of all the stuff we see on Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, that spot Big E did was the biggest high spot of the whole match, if you know what I mean. It was basically the biggest high move that we've seen.
Rusev is money. Yeah, he is money. Daniel Bryan won the match against Big E, which then led to his next match with Samoa Joe. I think everybody was marking out deep down inside for this match to finally happen. I'm sure we'll get it again eventually down the road. Daniel Bryan defeats Samoa Joe by countout. I like the finish. It was very creative. I actually thought Samoa Joe was going to win at one point. Put the coquina clutch outside of the ring. The referee starts to make the count. Bryan reverses it and jumps inside the ring inside to beat the 10 count. Samoa Joe was not able to beat the 10 count and got counted out, which then after that led to the Bludgeon Brothers coming down to the ring before the next match started and beating up Daniel Bryan, doing their finisher and leaving the ring. So, Alex, your thoughts on the Daniel Bryan Samoa Joe match, and what do you think is the upcoming interaction between the Bludgeon Brothers and Daniel Bryan? Budweiser says that should we possibly see a Team Hell No reunion? We'll go with you first, Alex.
I don't know about Team Hell No reunion, but I think it was so much fun. I was really excited for Joe and Daniel Bryan. I mean, I could have watched those two go at it for the whole freaking gauntlet match. It was great. They both looked great out there, and it was a fun ending. In terms of the Bludgeon Brothers, I don't know what to think of that. I wouldn't go as far as say like maybe the Miz hired them to take out Brian when they walked backstage, and then that's how Miz got the cheap point on Brian. I mean, that's fire to that dude, you know. So yeah, fun match. I hope when they go at it again for a big pay-per-view and hopefully the title.
Yeah, it was a really solid, good match between those two guys. Justin, your thoughts?
Yeah, to continue what you said a second ago, I honestly thought Samoa Joe was going to win by counting out, by choking Daniel Bryan out when he wasn't right there outside the ring and him rolling back into the ring. But of course, it went the other way around. The match was pretty good. Only thing I know we all agree on this is we all saw Samoa Joe spike Bryan on his head on that power slam. So, I mean, which was obviously it was an accident, but you can't get into those kind of accidents, especially with Bryan right now. So,
right,
that's my only gripe about the match.
Okay. Anything with the Bludgeon Brothers? You think prediction?
I honestly don't think it's going to be Kane, only because he's extremely busy right now with his stuff going for mayor and whatnot. I just don't think he's got time to do anything like that. I mean, I think it would be kind of cool. I just don't think he has enough time to do anything like that.
Okay, fair enough. Dave, your thoughts?
Man, I didn't care what happened on this show at all during this match. I got Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan for about 15 minutes, and they're wrestling each other. I mean, holy, maybe longer than that. I don't know, but man, I was so happy with this. I didn't care how the finish went. I didn't care if Joe won or Bryan won. I mean, I just wanted to see these two go at it, and it was a great match. I mean, it was awesome. I love seeing these two go at it. It was awesome. And what we're talking about, the Bludgeon Brothers, man, I could see a team. I could see Kane come in for one match or a couple weeks, and what else? And that'd be a perfect spot. Daniel Bryan at Extreme Rules, Team Hell No versus the Bludgeon Brothers for the tag titles.
Yeah, but then you would have to expect that they would win. I mean, maybe they would lose. Kane could take the pinfall, but
yeah.
But then there's a possibility of Kane getting hurt, and that's going to screw him. So I just don't see it. I don't see that.
Unless you want to go this route, and you have the Miz teaming with the Bludgeon Brothers. Spoiler alert! Sorry, SmackDown, but Miz didn't win. But you have, and Daniel Bryan can make a phone call to a couple good brothers to help him out.
Yeah, that could work. That could always work. Yeah, maybe we see that's SmackDown Live written all over. 6-man tag match. I
wouldn't mind it with those 6.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't either. That makes the most logical sense, honestly. How about Bludgeon Brothers with Bryan versus Sanity? Well, Bludgeon Brothers are against Bryan, but I think Sanity's the heel team. They won't team up.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
It would be awesome, and that's another match I would love to see right there too. Baron Corbin, hell no. Eric Young and Daniel Bryan. Oh, I'd love to see that match.
Oh, I'm sure we will eventually. Next, we had The Miz come down while Daniel Bryan after he got beaten up by the Bludgeon Brothers. Miz comes in, does the skull-crushing finale, and beats Daniel Bryan via pinfall. Yeah, continuing the heat between the two guys, Miz gets over on Daniel Bryan, which then led to the final match of Miz versus Rusev. And yeah, surprisingly, Rusev, everybody, gets the pinfall and wins. So it will be Rusev taking on AJ Styles at Extreme Rules. Your thoughts, Dave, of AJ Styles and Rusev one-on-one at Extreme Rules and the last match of the Gauntlet match?
Well, the match I thought was pretty good. I mean, I was surprised. At first, I was thinking, like, oh, is Aiden English going to turn? Is he going to turn on Rusev and have Miz win, or what's going on here? And then, yeah, Rusev ended up actually getting the win. One of my favorite parts of this match when Miz does his stupid little run to the corner for the clothesline, and Rusev just grabs him and looks at him. That was just great. And then, yeah, we got the Miz tapping out. And one really other thing I liked about this match before the match, Daniel Bryan did a promo. He's like, I'm going against 3 of the best wrestlers in the world, or something like that. And he was 4. He's like, no, 3. I just like that he always taking those shots at the Miz. But yeah, Miz lost, and mark your calendars, guys. July 15th is going to be a phenomenal Rusev Day.
Yeah, I don't expect to see Rusev win the title, but it is. Let's give Rusev finally a round of applause, everybody. Rusev finally gets that world title shot. He's most likely going to lose, but it's going to be a really good match against Styles. Some probably entertaining promos between the two leading up to Extreme Rules. I'm not sure if it's actually going to be an Extreme Rules match.
Yeah, but
but it should be a good match. So.
Really quick, let's be honest, all of us. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan is too big for Extreme Rules.
Yep.
Oh, definitely. Oh, absolutely. So, but yeah, still a good gauntlet match overall. I'm sorry, Justin, your thoughts?
Well, I enjoyed the hell out of this match. I thought it was really good from start to finish. I mean, I know Rusev's not going to beat Styles, but hey, we didn't think Ziggler was going to beat Rollins last night. And I know you can't really compare Rollins to Styles. I mean, you just can't compare them. So all I'm going to say is you never know. It can happen, but I'm pretty sure it won't.
Yeah, it's like, because also we got the other news, Tony, we didn't talk about. AJ Styles is a new cover guy for WE. 2K19.
Yeah, 2K19, AJ Styles, cover boy. Last year, Seth Rollins. This year, AJ Styles.
Yep.
They went from burning it down to they wanted to have a phenomenal cover this year, so they did really good at that. And he's not losing the title well after the release.
No.
No, yeah, not anytime soon. That's for sure. Alex, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was a good match. I thought Miz, Rusev looked great out here. I love that spot Dave talked about with the him catching him. So yeah, I mean, honestly, if you think about it, Rusev's probably the first guy that got over on his own, and he's gotten as push as far as he has. I mean, look at Ty Dillinger, look at Ryder, look at all of them. He's actually getting a main event title push with match against AJ Styles.
Yeah, it feels like it works. It's working for Rusev right now, and he's a nice guy to throw in at the moment. And it's not you obviously know that he's not going to beat AJ Styles, but it's a nice guy to transition to the next feud for AJ Styles.
Yeah, so, it's a nice fun match. Different styles, really fun.
I'd like to end on the negative side of the news, but let's go to the negative parts of SmackDown Live. So, Alex, which I didn't really have too much negatives on SmackDown Live. So we'll go with you first, Alex. Your 3 negatives of SmackDown Live.
Carmella's segment, because she's trying to do what Alexa Bliss was, but is failing horribly with the fake face promo shit. So that was probably 3. I don't know, guys. The Iconics were just really annoying tonight. I had to turn down the volume a little bit. Like it was just unbearable more than usual.
Now, quick question since we're touching on the Iconics, and I cannot remember too much of how they were in NXT. I know they were kind of similar to what they are on the main roster, but were they this bad on the NXT? They actually got a reaction on NXT, correct?
Yeah, but I mean, how long have I said it? Like in the last few weeks, like look how they've been booked since being brought up to the roster. Outside of costing Charlotte, they've been booked just like any other call-up, really.
Yep.
So that's why you get no reaction.
And they only got the reaction they did when they debuted because it was the SmackDown after WrestleMania.
Yeah,
right.
You knew a passion was coming in, so it was. They gave them that.
And I don't even think
so why
wrestled a singles on SmackDown since.
So why did we want them so bad on the main roster?
Yeah.
Because it just got to the point where this is the problem with NXT call-ups. Like, we want them because there's nothing for them to do on NXT. They've done everything. Then you bring them to the roster, and Authors of Pain are at catering right now.
Well, let's be honest, though. What did the Iconics really do in NXT? Nothing.
No.
I mean, I don't think they were this annoying in NXT, though, like they are now, but they didn't win. None of them won a title. They lost. They never won. I mean, yes, Texas Kid will probably say, "Oh, it's because Asuka was champion. They never got a chance to win the title." But honestly, they never did anything in NXT.
Yeah, see, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like us in general and us and people in the chat room. I know some of us wanted them to actually go up to the main roster, but it seemed like when that time was coming around WrestleMania, and there was the rumors of the call-ups. The Iconics were always the ones mentioned that they wanted to be called up. The Iconics, Ember Moon, etc. And Sanity, so guys like that, they were mentioned in the names of the groups of people that you wanted to see moved up. But it seems like they do really nothing for SmackDown Live, and they do nothing for the main roster. It's like they're cringeworthy. And I want to like the Iconics, but they're cringeworthy. They make me want to change the fucking channel. Like they don't. I don't want to hear what they're saying. They don't make me laugh. They're not funny.
Yeah, the copying and the other superstars is getting old.
Like it's bad. And I mean, I want to like the Iconics because, I'm sure they have potential, but whatever they're giving them to read or to say as their promos is fucking horrible, and I feel bad for them. Anything else, Alex? I'm not sure what can make them better. That's a good question, Gary. I'm not sure what can make the Iconics better.
Legend Brothers versus Good Brothers, just because, I mean, what's the point of giving them this match went longer than it should have if the results inevitable. You can tell me but then that's the club got a good showing. I'm like, yeah, but you're not going to see them for a month to 2 months after this, so does it really matter? So
yeah, but a regular counterpoint on that, I think it was good because it happened on the pre-show on YouTube or wherever else people watch the pre-show, even on the network, I guess. But no one really watched it, so I think it was good to actually, because they had a good match too, and I think that's why they wanted to do it again. And I think tonight was a good match, another good match. I know the pre-show match was better, but I think they did it just to get them on a bigger stage, let them actually be seen. Because how many people actually watch the pre-show?
No, and I agree, but like I said, I'm just scarred from the tag division.
I think Alex saying that it's a waste of a match because he knew pretty much it was the outcome, the outcome was going to be, where you could have probably had something maybe better. Match. Maybe Cien Almas could have actually been on the card instead of having a rematch of the tag title.
Like, Sin Cara can't wrestle, so you can't throw him a Ty Dillinger or something.
So I mean, I see his point. I see his point, but I also see yours point, Dave. Like, a lot of people, for the most part, don't. I didn't watch the pre-show. I didn't see the tag title match. I caught like the last maybe 5 to 10 minutes of it. I'm not lying. A lot of people don't watch the pre-shows.
Yeah, and when's the last time we got a title match on SmackDown?
Right. I mean, I see your point, but then I see what Alex is saying.
I agree too. Yeah.
We always say it beat it down everybody's throat. SmackDown Live's 2-hour show, and not a lot of people are going to make it. It's a perfect opportunity to keep the Bludgeon Brothers off the show. Could have still had them do what they did in the Gauntlet match, but had maybe Cien Almas. Soon enough, people are going to forget fucking Cien Almas is on the fucking SmackDown Live roster because he hasn't been on the show. And
I forgot all about him tonight. I forgot all about him.
There you go. That's a pure example.
People forgot he was he was supposed to wrestle Sin Cara last week. Like,
that's not good. That's not good. That's not good.
And then Orton being off hurts him also, honestly.
Well, Cien shouldn't have injured him either. I mean, you would have had a match.
Yeah, but I saw a storyline. I know you're just playing around. For the most part, it just seems like a bit. It just. I get your point. Justin, your 3 dislikes from SmackDown Live.
So my first dislike is going to kind of be like a combo. I really hate the way they're, I guess you could say, treating and the booking of both Asuka and Nakamura. I mean, 6 months ago, these two people won both the Royal Rumbles, and now they're on losing streaks, you can say. Nakamura can't win a match for whatever reason. Asuka's losing to Carmella now, so their booking has just been shit.
Asuka's lost her mystique completely. Forget the streak being broken. She just her badass persona before the streak even became a thing.
Yeah, there's nothing special about her anymore.
She's just become another stupid babyface who looks at James Ellsworth for 5 seconds, gets kicked in the head by Carmella, and then just loses like that. It's not about
turned on Charlotte at WrestleMania.
You can lose to Carmella, but you just make Asuka look like another person now. Yep. This is another testament to what happens when you call people from NXT.
Hey, what's up, Bot? How you doing tonight?
Yes.
My second one is we saw AJ in a backstage segment, but he's your champ. He at least needs to go to the ring and have some kind of promo of some sort. He just won a match on Sunday, and he's the poster boy for the new video game. So he should have at least been on SmackDown in some more fashion than just being shown watching the TV in the backstage.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean,
Asuka looked real weak tonight. Yeah, she's been looking real weak the last couple of weeks.
That's the damn truth.
Months.
Yeah, since she's lost to Charlotte.
Yeah, she should have turned on Charlotte at WrestleMania. That's just.
She should have broken Charlotte's arm, like not just hug bullshit, but we've been saying that over and over.
Yep. And anything else, Justin?
Yeah,
your last one.
My last hate of SmackDown is that Bryan almost got injured. So, I mean, I did not like that at all, which I know it's an accident, it happens, but whenever he hit that power slam, I was like, oh, crap, he just landed on his head big time.
Dude, I just hope Joe doesn't get any heat for that.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all. Dave, your thoughts?
Okay, first, we're all agreeing on this Carmella, and like Alex said, she tried to cut the same. I think Alex said it, or Justin, one of the two.
Alex did.
She tried to cut the exact. I even tweeted this too, and me and Justin were talking about it on Twitter. She tried to cut the exact same promo that Alexa Bliss just cut on Raw. Like, oh, I'm trying to like pretend she's a face and all that, and then cut. Aha, I told you, blah blah blah. And then the stupid thing is James Ellsworth comes out in the Asuka gear again, which is so stupid, and listing off. And she needed. And let me guess. Let me say this real quick. Carmella comes out, no reaction at all, nothing. You can hear a pin drop. James Ellsworth, she needs someone to get her over, because that's why they're bringing James Ellsworth in, because no one cares what anything she says until he starts talking for her.
Don't show nothing but many kids and grown men. That's funny. Go ahead,
Breaking news.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. It's true. It's fucking true for the most part.
Breaking news.
Uh-oh. Bad or good?
I mean, it's whatever. Big Cass. A big reason why Big Cass was released was he was drinking the majority of the European tour and had issues with public intoxication.
Oh.
And that was
Big Cass, everybody. Drinking. Public intoxication problems, huh?
And just his attitude, getting into arguments with management, like when they told him like calm it down. So yeah, that was.
And I also read that he was apparently upset that he wasn't in the gauntlet tonight. So that's just. Stone Cold did that on Raw. Yeah, I'm sure it was other things too. What really crazy when he'll start talking behind the audience buys into it. Yeah, exactly. 80s public intoxication was a. Carmella just can't beat anyone. She needs her pet James Ellsworth. Exactly. She needs Ellsworth for a lot more things just to get a win. So, I mean, let's do our ratings. We didn't rate SmackDown. Oh, I'm sorry, what did?
Yeah, can I finish my thing real quick? Yeah. And Asuka, the whole James Ellsworth, the Asuka thing, I think someone else said on Twitter, but Asuka should have been there beating the crap out of Ellsworth until someone pulled them off, and then freaking Carmella runs away. That's how it should have been. It should have been like, they just think Asuka needs to leave. I'm afraid to watch 205 Live tonight, because I'm afraid another great Japan star is going to get killed on there tonight, probably. So it's like, it drives me crazy.
Fantastic match. Buddy Murphy, Tommy, and Mustafa Ali.
And it's for nothing. And that's what my problem here. It's not really NXT or 205 Live rant, but that's another problem. They didn't say this match is no more contendership. It's just a match to have a match, and it's like whatever. That show is just so lost to me. But my second
Live.
Yeah, it's just pointless. They have good matches, but it means nothing. Just like that big 5-way match that had meant nothing. But yeah, I mean, my second thing is sanity. I have an issue with the sanity versus Uso thing, even though that was one of my positives. I thought that shouldn't have been announced it was going to be Usos versus Sanity. Usos should have just came out and cut a promo, and Sanity's music hit, and they just came out and destroyed them. That would have made much more sense to do it like that. So I hated how they did it. I thought it should have been played off where you didn't know Sanity was coming, and then they just showed up.
Right. Yeah, I agree. There was a lot of gripe about that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. And number 3, I mean, there wasn't really a lot to hate about SmackDown tonight. I mean, I guess you could say AJ not being on there, and he just announced he's the cover of 2K19. But I mean, I didn't really mind how they did that. And yeah, I mean, I thought SmackDown was pretty good actually, so wasn't really a lot to hate about it. Other than the Iconics. Wait, I'll give you the Iconics. The most. I'm not. I think I don't know who's more annoying, the Iconics or Carmella. I don't know. They're both equally all annoying. And like you said, they do nothing. All they do is lose to everybody. They're just there to get everyone else over. I mean, Becky Lynch won tonight, which is surprising. I thought she was going to lose again with her doing the whole 2-on-1 thing again. So it's not like she has any help because Sasha or Charlotte's gone doing her thing.
Yeah, she's getting surgery and all that stuff done. So yes, overall SmackDown I thought was all right. We'll get our ratings in a minute, but yes, Carmella needs Carmella needs James Ellsworth to get over it. I don't know what they're doing with Asuka. Asuka and NXT, like Alex said, would have just killed James Ellsworth instead of just staring at him and shocked.
I mean, seriously, she should have just forever stayed in NXT.
Yep, it's all right. So let's get our rating fingers ready. Dave, your rating for SmackDown Live.
I'm going to give it a 4.
All right. Solid 4. Dave, I'm sorry, Alex?
Yeah, I'll give this a 4. Gauntlet was awesome.
Wow. 3 from Bliss. All right, Justin?
4s all the way across the board.
Whoa. 4.
It would be a 5 except for Carmella.
I'm going to be in the minority and say it was a 3. And I'm also going to say that Raw was better than SmackDown.
I disagree.
I was more entertained by Raw than I was by SmackDown. I give it a 0 because it's fake. Raw, thank you for your rating. I appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that follow button. You can join in and learn more about this fake stuff. So appreciate you coming in here and taking the time to write that out. I'm sure that means a lot to you, my friend. Yeah, so overall, 4s for Dave, Justin, and Alex, and 3 for me. Ronda Rousey alone beat SmackDown. Yeah, see, that opening segment to Raw was just something else.
That was a hot segment.
That was a hot segment.
Follow on Twitter, too, as well.
I don't know. That 45 minutes of wrestling was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
At least the first 30 minutes of it was really good. Daniel Bryan out there doing his Iron Man stuff, wrestling for 30 minutes. That was good TV right there.
Brian Samoa Joe.
Yeah, that was really good.
Nice.
I mean,
that was nice. It was nice.
And there's no suit, like, nothing against people who do all the flips and dips and trips or whatever they want to do. But watching Daniel Bryan out there wrestle, how we see Pete Dunne wrestle basically now, it's so fun to watch him do all those submission moves. And that's the kind of wrestling I like, submission. And the working a body part. I mean, that's what he did to Joe and Big E, so I loved it. That's my style right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so overall SmackDown, I thought tonight was good. Raw, so we got a good week of wrestling from Raw and SmackDown Live. Surprisingly, that doesn't happen very often lately, so you got to say that was a pretty successful Monday night and Tuesday night. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up SmackDown Live and Raw. Remember, everybody, there most likely will not be a show Thursday night, but I'm sure, Alex, you're going to be live tweeting NXT tomorrow night?
Yes, sir.
All right, they'll still be live tweeting NXT tomorrow night, and probably Dave will probably be live tweeting Impact on Pop as well, maybe Alex as well, but more than likely there will not be a show Thursday night. We'll just touch on everything on Saturday. Lucha Underground is also tomorrow night as well. So okay, so keep us up to date on that as well. Yes, I am Bob Maruski, and I'll give you a full summary and give you star ratings on how the movie was, because I know you will love to know. Thank you, I appreciate that, guys in chat. No show, do draft. No, dude, it's not because of the fucking draft, Bob, from Red Sox fan. Not because of the NBA draft. An update of the website. I know, man. The website just keeps getting delayed and delayed and delayed. Well, it'll be up eventually. We're not going to give no timetable. We'll just say it'll be up eventually.
It's perfect. It'll be ready.
When it's perfect, we want to give y'all something that's shit because that's just not us. When it's finally up, we'll watch. Am I going to watch the NBA draft? Maybe highlights. I'm not going to be home for the most part, so we'll see. Yeah, anything else for you guys that you guys want to touch on? Because Saturday night it's going to be no, Leonard won't be traded by Thursday. No.
They already said he wasn't anyways.
Jurassic World will be great. Dinosaurs roaming in the main. Yeah, hey man, dinosaurs. Can't hate on that. Gotta love the dinosaurs. Gotta love them damn dinosaurs. Yep, that's right. From San Antonio, Texas. That is, well, we're not everybody's from different areas, but I'm from San Antonio. Yes. So yes, no Thursday night show, everybody. But if there is one, look for it on Twitter for an announcement being made. But most likely there won't be a Thursday night show. But Saturday night we'll be back with Shoot the Shit show. We'll be touching on more about Big Cass, obviously, touching on anything wrestling related, and then giving y'all more up-to-date news on Impact on Pop, NXT, and anything else going around the wrestling news. So yeah, 2,400 viewers tonight. Thank you guys very, very much for the support. Like I say all the time, y'all are awesome. Let's do a special shout out. We got Kevin, Red Sox fan, Bliss Side, Jeffrey Cross, T-Dog, Adam Awesome, Bob Aruski, Budweiser, Gary Davis, Alice, Metal to the End, D. Hess, Chris, T, and there's 11 more viewers that I cannot see. Jody Mania is one of them. The bot was in here. Yes, thank you guys, everybody. If I didn't say your name, just say hi in the chat so I can give y'all a shout out. Last thoughts before we end tonight's show, Justin.
Well, I don't know how many people watch it, but Lucha Underground is back as well too on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's on tomorrow night, correct.
So I mean, check that out if you want, I guess.
All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Dave, your last thoughts for tonight before we come back Saturday night.
Well, I haven't seen season 2, so I probably wouldn't watch season 3. Plus, so whatever. I mean, last thoughts. I mean, heck, next week you got the UK tournament next week, so that should be fun. Before Raw and SmackDown, so those 2 days.
My bad, Red Sox fan. Thanks for joining us, my friend. As always, it's very nice to see Red Sox fan anybody. Guy that's very young but knows a lot about wrestling, surprisingly. Anything else, Dave?
No, just that's pretty much it. People will be looking forward to next week, I think. All those matches before Raw and SmackDown, so yeah.
Yeah, UK already spoiled by the WWE app, man, and Triple H, man.
No reason to watch it now.
God damn it. I like the first one they did 2 days ago. They sent out a notification that said UK tournament, and they put spoilers inside. I was like, all right, I like that. But then tonight they're posting matches that are going to happen at the show. They're posting the results of the show. I'm like, what are you doing?
Just air it live then.
Man, I guess I know the buzz. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but I'm sure the buzz of a certain team losing tonight or today would have eventually gone out. But I mean, seriously, did you have to have it all over Twitter and stuff? I mean, seriously.
I mean, it reminds you of the Mae Young Classic, you know, where they got spoiled. At least for me, I got spoiled by who was going to win that when that thing came out around this time last year, close to it. And I was just mad and didn't care about it.
You guys got to stay away from Twitter sometimes when that stuff's going on. Alex, any last thoughts?
Their app even did it, so you can't really.
Yeah, you can't freaking stay away from it.
Yeah, the only thing I would say to that is just turn off your notifications, and then you won't get them.
That's true too.
Yeah, that's the last. I guess that's the last resort. Alex, last thoughts.
Tomorrow NXT we got Bianca Belair versus Dakota Kai and War Raiders versus TM61. So that one should be fun. And
yes.
Yeah, that's about it. Then we got. Is there anything scheduled for Impact?
Impact,
yes,
yeah. I don't remember the matches off the top of my head, but yes, there is some matches, some good ones.
We got Pentagon and Phantasma versus OVE.
Okay.
We have Taya Valkyrie, everyone's favorite, versus Madison Rayne.
Ugh.
And something about the press conference, I think they said, in the tag title match, Tony's favorite tag team, taking on LAX.
Oh, and then Killer Cross, too. Yeah, so it should be a fun show as well.
Yes, Spurs going to take on overseas players in the draft. Red Sox, Sam, I'm fucking tired of this shit, all right? Yes, they probably are, all right? God damn it.
That's what we do.
But yeah, that should be a good, solid Impact. Yeah, so we should see what's going on with what is the name of the team that, or the person that's attacking on Impact again?
Oh, Killer Cross or whatever. Right, Alex?
Yeah, so we'll find out a little bit more about him. But yeah, we'll touch on Impact and NXT on Saturday evening.
Really quick, Tony, this is the last time we're going to talk about it until Saturday. I'm kind of disappointed in the big reveal so far. I was expecting something more. I don't know what Justin thought about it. I don't know what really Alex or you think about it. I'm kind of disappointed in the big reveal because I was hoping it was going to be some kind of group coming in or just some type of aces and eights type thing again, but no, it's just one guy.
Yeah, we'll see. We gotta just watch and wait and see. Did you hear about Sami Zayn being injured? Yes, we'll touch more about that on Saturday. But yeah, looks like he'll be out for a little while. So good luck to Sami Zayn. Put in a tough spot and then got injured. So it is what it is.
Or Affleck.
Red Sox fan, you disrespectful little asshole. All right, so that'll be it. We'll be joining back on Saturday night. Thank you guys for the unbelievable support and the unbelievable hearts tonight. Almost 3,000 total viewers tonight. They haven't said what the injury was exactly, but they said he had to go to Dr. Andrews, and when they say that, that's not good. So we'll definitely touch on it more on Saturday night when more news is out about it. Thank you again for following us every single time we are live on Periscope. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the live hearts. Thank you for the super hearts. And thank you for following us on Twitter and on Periscope. I didn't ignore you, Red Sox fan. I've been hearing your bashing all night. And we'll be back on Saturday night. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the hearts. And thank you for joining us. And we will see you Saturday night. Thank you, everybody.
Peace.
Good show.
Yep.
Yeah.